Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you again. We've got game 2 here from the Store Championship case tournament that we played in on Saturday. We're going to be playing against my man Patrick here. He's rocking the Queen, and we've got green purple Dofy. Very excited, and yeah, I mean, we're just gonna hop straight into it. There was a lot of fun matchups that we played this day, and it was good learning experiences because some of these matches are yeah, I don't know, they're a little unfamiliar to me. Like, I haven't played too much Queen, and ironically enough, the night before, Friday, we ended up playing against my friend Nick, and Nick got the better of me by playing Queen, and I didn't really know how I was supposed to play around that matchup. And I think that game pretty much like solidified how I felt what I was doing wrong. And now I know a little bit better and just kind of reorganized my thoughts on how I should be playing this matchup, what I should be doing in certain situations. And yeah, I really like it. I also ended up changing a card in my list that I was running the night before. I was running the 4-cost Zoro Vanilla, but I ended up getting Brook instead. And so you'll see that I pick up Brook here from Buena, choosing to bottom deck some pretty decent cards, like 7-cost Luffy. I believe there was a Nami in there, maybe not, but Brook into Nami is super nice. Just going wide as possible against Queen is what I've found at least to be a little bit better, because they do try and starve you, and I want to get as many swings on the board as possible so that they're forced to use blockers, but also simultaneously just not having like the removal aspect of blue and some of the yellow cards, Hensley, like Yamato, is really what scares me in this list. And we'll see the Sanji coming down. And does he choose to swing with Queen though? And it looks as though he will. So we'll see a 6 at life. I am just going to take this. It looks as though I did pick up a trigger. I'm just considering whether I want to use it or not. And I do choose to. Thunder Bagua off the first life, always really good. We get to ramp up a little bit, helps out. And you'll see we did just draw into another Nami right there. So could potentially get that down as well. But 7-cost Luffy into Nami is also an option. It just depends on how much card draw I'm trying to get in this turn. Like, should I be trying to go as wide as possible, or should I just, yeah, swing with Nami, do a little search action? And it looks as though we unfortunately whiff on this one, picking up only one film card, but it is Nami. Can't search that. We will see the Red Rock coming down on the Brook. So, can't get the Brook swing through now. Now it feels as though I'm a little... I wish that I had went the 7-cost route, but... it's, yeah, that's not something I could have really figured out without swinging leader first. Not that that would have been necessarily a bad idea, but yeah, we just do it kind of a little bit of a different way. Now, I do choose to play Queen instead of playing the Nami because I figure, you know what? All right, I'm going to go back down to 6 Dawn right here with the Queen subtraction and then go up to 8 the following turn. I'll be able to play 7-cost Luffy and still get the search off with Nami. And I think that that's just, yeah, it's going to be... what I'm looking to do, you know, still build a pretty solid board, but also make it so that on his 8 Dawn turn, which should be the turn after, Luffy is kind of that bait, like, okay, get rid of Luffy, but now we have other options. And it looks as though 3000 Worlds does come down, gets rid of the Queen, and this is what I'm talking about with that removal. The yellow hat, or excuse me, that yellow-blue has in Queen, is there's, you know, 3000 Worlds, Red Rock, so many different things. And I just choose to use Punk Gibson, though, because I didn't really want to swing into life the next turn. I feel like it gives him a little more value. So what I want to try and do is get something rested and swing into that. I'd choose to rest the Sanji because it's more than likely he'll just counter out. And yeah, that way we can potentially get some blockers taken care of or some cards in hand. And excuse me, I will just go 5 into the Sanji, searching out an Uta, which is really nice. Now I have a second option instead of the 3-cost Nami for the Brook, but I'm also going to swing 5 with lead into that Sanji for sure, and we'll still have that 7 Dawn for that Luffy. But I know that the turn after is going to be Yamato or like 8-drop Katakuri, right? And we see the 2k counter coming out right there, which I'm happy about. Get 5, get the 2k counter. But what can he kill with that? He can kill a 5-cost or less. So Luffy seems, you know, pretty logical here. 8-cost Katakuri obviously gets rid of it, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not sweating it too much simply because we haven't seen too many of the Luffys. I think we've only bottom decked one, so the odds of us seeing another one are pretty high. And yep, there it is. There's that Katakuri. It does get rid of the Luffy, but I'm totally fine with that. We've got 2 searchers. We're looking pretty decent. He does choose to use the Queen ability to heal up on swinging at the Nami. I think he's debating whether he wanted to swing with Sanji, but decides to just pass it over. I could play 10 cost this turn if I wanted to. Doesn't really seem like we get a ton of value out of it. So I think this turn, what I think we're going to do is, yeah, just swing Nami twice. Get some draw out of it. We do pick up another Luffy, which is fantastic. So now we can play Uta pretty safely. He does take that first life. We'll just swing again, doing another search. Hopefully just get some counter cards, maybe some useful stuff. But I think we end up seeing a 10 cost Doflamingo in 2 events right there. So miss search on that one. Yeah. But since he's going down to 1 life here, I pretty much like know for a fact that we're going to be seeing a Yamato this following turn. Now I swing here, and I think that might have been a mistake because I could be wrong. No, wait, because he would have been at... I'm just trying to think, like, if there was a way, if I didn't swing and he didn't subtract that 2k counter out of hand, maybe he would have been at 4 cards in hand, 1 life, plays Yamato, heals up 1, so that brings him to 2, 3. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I guess he wouldn't have been able to heal. I think that was a little bit of a misplay on my part, but he does actually play the Dracula Mihawk in place of the Yamato. So this did throw me off a little bit. We're gonna see the swing coming down with Queen right here. I believe this is at the Nami, healing 1 as well. I am just gonna rest this because the only other swing he would have is Katakuri, and I can use an event card since we have like 2 in hand. Kind of like, all right, I'm fine with just getting rid of these now. Yeah, we're just gonna use Thunder Bagua. Doesn't really ramp us up any. We draw into a guild, which is really nice. We would have found it through Nami, but definitely nice in this situation. Now we do have the option of playing that 10 cost Doflamingo now, because it's always good to rest the Queen when you know, one of the 8 costs are essentially rested as well. It's super nice because now Queen's ability is offline for that next turn. Like, not being able to heal is massive. I'm just considering whether I want to do that or play guild and then get some more Nami searches in, because we don't exactly have that big of a hand at the moment. But I do just go 5 with Nami. Oh, I do choose to pay the 1. I actually thought I would play 10 drop if I'm being completely honest, but we will just go 5 with Nami. I think I just wanted to build the hand up a little bit more and maybe see a Mihawk swing the following turn before I started to get before I started to really consider what I was doing with this. And I'm thinking I kind of want him to use a blocker here, so I am deciding to just use 2 Dawn. I love how I selectively chose 2 very specific Dawn in the middle of my pack. That was pretty funny. But yeah, we'll pick up the Uta. I do want him to block, and we do get that block, which is really nice. That way, you know, the following turn, I've only got 1 blocker to deal with. I will have the Uta on board, potentially a Punk Gibson in hand. And yeah, it's looking like Uta for 4, and then maybe just save the other Dawn. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. We're going to go 8 here. I'm going to swing 8 into life. Yet again, hoping for a block. If we don't get a block, it's fine. But yeah, block's great. Block's great. Feels good. Uta more than likely coming down. Oh no, we choose to go 5 for guild. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I know what yeah. Okay, so in my head, I remember in this point in the match, I was like, okay, he's going to be able to swing for board. I still have events. I have counter cards. I have 4 life. I got 4 life. What am I, what am I thinking of trying to play a blocker to potentially rest something that he's going to play after he swings anyways? I was like, I can just get another bigger swinger, and it also gives me card draw, and then I can play 10 cost the following turn and be able to use that guild to just maximize all that value. Now, this was interesting. He plays Yamato and kills one of the Namis. I was super happy about this because I think that killing guild would have been definitely the play there, but that felt like I'm okay with this. I'm like, all right, now what do we do though? Because he's swinging 9 into the Luffy. I will just use Spider's Web to restand it, and we'll probably see a 9k swing into the Nami and counter out of it with Luffy on board. Yep, so we'll see a 9k into Nami, and if I do counter out, going down to 2 cards in hand, but I'll draw into 1, and guild gets me 2, so really it's like a net positive, but I will just let the Nami die because I don't really think we need it now. Just hoping for leader swing here, but he chooses to pass. Very smart pass right there, not swinging with lead, simply because I did restand the Luffy, so it would have been irrelevant. Unfortunate though that I think there was maybe a better way I could have done that to force the leader swing, maybe saving the Spider's Web for the later turns, or later swings, excuse me. And now we will get that 2 draw power with guild right there. We do see a counter out with a 2 1k counters actually. I'll go 5 at life. He does use the Beji to stop the Luffy attack, because I definitely was going to go for 7 with Luffy there, but yeah, pretty decent on that. And now he's just hoping that he can get a Yamato. But oh, I remember this. He told me he was like, sickest top deck of the century. Red rocks my 10 cost Dofi. I was like, dang, that's hilarious, man. Because now he doesn't have like a Doflamingo or Perona, active anymore. The Perona effect has long been gone, since the start of the game. And he's unfortunately not drawn into any of those. But we do counter out of a 9k swing on guild, and then we'll counter out yet again, saving guild, because we love guild around here. Guild is very nice, very nice. We want to make sure that we can get as much of that card draw if possible. I guess the only thing that's a little nerve-wracking is that we could potentially see a what's that thing called? Red rock. But I'm like, yeah, I can pretty safely go for game here. I am just going to go 9 at life with Doflamingo. I think a bit of a misplay, though. I think I should have just swung with guild. But we do use the Dawn -2 to pick up some cards, and we take the game there. Not bad at all, but tried to go as wide as possible to get rid of any chance of him having more than enough removal. I also think it was unfortunate for him that he wasn't able to see the pound blocker. Oh yeah, look at this. My 3 life was sugar. We were like, what? I was looking for that card the whole game to try and get rid of some of his blockers. That's crazy. That three of my sugars were in life. I was like, dude, you even cut my deck and I shuffled it and everything. Like, what the heck? But I hope you guys enjoyed the match. And other than that, I'll catch y'all in the next one. All right. Peace.